doors on the Lambo, I'm trying to spread my wings. She told me she'll never leave. Put some feathers on my drip 'cause I'm fly. Diamond twinkle every time I'm outside. They almost brighter than the stars in her eyes. She an angel like I took her from the sky. I want to get away. I want to fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to get away. I want to fly away. Fly with that cab, fly away your neck. Fly away, get you glad, please don't make me mad. Fly away when I fly away with that. I want to get away. Flyers in the room, who flyer than you? Flyers in the room, you just passed the moon. Highest of the high, how you like the view? I want to get away.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not me. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front to back, they yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it, prick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, name. I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front to back, they yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I got to get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad or a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with. And quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling.
Bring 'em out.
Now from a stadium that's hosted NFL games since 2007, the International Series continues inside iconic Wembley Stadium, the capital city of London, England, hosting the NFL again. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. We've got a couple of teams, Greg, that can make it happen with a defensive front. That's going to be a huge focus on this game.
With the importance of the passing game in today's NFL, Mike, you know how great it is to be able to disrupt that timing and throw off the quarterback's rhythm. And no better way to do that than by being able to get after him, especially with your defensive line. You don't have to blitz. You don't have to bring a 5th rusher. Keep that secondary intact. If this defensive line can cause havoc in the pocket for this quarterback, it's going to go a long way towards slowing down what's been a very good offense.
The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They are led out by a legend of the game. 3rd all-time in passing yards. Close to 72,000 yards. 2-time Super Bowl champ. Hall of Famer Peyton Manning.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down. Peyton gonna look to throw. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And they're gonna work this down inside the 45.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. To the air is Manning. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Manning. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allowed him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On 3rd down, it's Manning. He's got his man. It's Jefferson.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there, but that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Here's a first carry for their running back. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. More. Third down and 9. Back to throw is Manning. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It's one of the best ever, Patrick Peterson.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former #1 overall pick back in the 2015 draft, former Heisman winner as well, Jameis Winston.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, But on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff, everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Jameis. Catch made, right side, it's Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds. They mark him up near the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll stick with him again, and he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Right back to him on 1st down. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. On 2nd down, a run. Well, how about a reverse instead? He is tough to bring down. A big one there on the ground. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Winston looking to throw. That one, taken in. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
And this is where it pays to have a strong arm to throw this sort of outbreaking route, Mike, towards the boundary in tight coverage. You got to have a lot of faith that you're going to get that ball there. If you're a little late or this ball is underthrown, it could result in a pick 6 the other direction.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Colts offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a 1st down. To the air, it's Peyton. He gets this into the hands of Green. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That's caught. And he will score. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Indy. So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. He gets it to go, and the Colts will level things out at 7 apiece. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Out of the gun, it's Winston. He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. So we had halftime here and instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. This one taken at the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive 1st and 10.
Trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down throw for Jameis. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
Got his man. That's Graham. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill, so... perfect way to get this 2nd half started.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Colts 7. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Colts offense and Justin Jefferson headed back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. To throw, it's Manning. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's Manning. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch. But before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, Winston. He's got it at the 7. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Here's Jameis. That is caught.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got...
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jameis Winston. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals will take a 21-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Throwing now, Manning. Throw on the run is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. That's caught once again by Ingram. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Quick throw here is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's no secret, this offense has severely struggled to sustain drives this entire game, and the scoreboard, for the most part, Mike, it reflects that. I mean, that interception should, in essence, put an end to any lingering hope of a last-minute comeback.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. And he'll take it on in. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Bengals. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This fielded at about the 9. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Colts offense starting to trot out for this next position. Peyton gonna look to throw. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. He's got his man downfield. It's Debo. Manning. There's Jefferson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. To the air is Manning. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Now Manning. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Back to throw is Manning. That one going to be intercepted in the end zone if he stayed in bounds. Now the officials say no, it is incomplete. Crisis averted for the offense, at least for the moment. A near turnover there. Here we go. One final play. That one going to be intercepted in the end zone if he stayed in bounds. Now the officials say no, it is incomplete. Crisis averted for the offense, at least for the moment. A near turnover there. So this one in the win column for the Bengals. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. That'll do it for us. For my partner, Greg Olson, our entire team, Mike.
seen real problems since seen nothing. I ain't seen real, I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my day I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight. Cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or prize. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, God, I gave him a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, can I drop your bag, sass? I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in the start. Took these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Now I'm afraid of the dark. There ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chunk, at least I know I'm up. Boy, thump, like my neighbor's jumper up a pum. Boy, I bump in that Billy Strong, he ain't know, he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I'm dealing with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just suckin' my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water. Three with the smiles, all the ops gonna pout. They all in the sewers and south in the clouds.
They'll go play action. It's Winston. It's made right side. It's Johnson. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He'll manage only a couple. Julian Blackman comes up from the safety spot to bring him down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
It is 3rd and 10. Tight end going in motion here. This one on target for Johnson. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
Big time pitch and catch there on 3rd down to extend this drive. Feels like they've got to come away with 6. You want to strike first. It'll go a long way in determining how the rest of this game plays out.
Long opening drive. It's taken up most of this 1st quarter. And now they want to pay it off. It's 1st and goal. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
And he'll go the wrong way, trying to use that speed to get out to the pylon, but he has to give ground, and he is sent back for a loss. Line of scrimmage to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. Throwing, Jameis. To the end zone. It's intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton. Into space. Still going. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal. So that'll do it for a fast-moving.
With no score.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal. Here's a run. And this one blown up. Good surge. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now it's a bootleg with Jackson. And he'll be forced to throw that one away. Excellent work defensively. It took away all the options, and now it is 4th and goal. The Bears call out their field goal team. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Bears will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Winston. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On play action, Winston. That one complete to Johnson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. A 2nd down throw for Jameis. That's caught by Watson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Bengals gonna have a 1st down. From the gun, Winston. Right back to Watson. Another grab. He is in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again, right?
Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over.
Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Grandma was in A, auntie was in A, mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride the side while bro had to get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20-some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? The sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlton if I leave him in the wheel. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy.
Here in London, we see one of the world's most iconic football venues, Wembley Stadium. And since 2007, it's welcomed the NFL to stage some American football contests as well. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create, but now, well, now it's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Another run for Henry. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Henry on the option. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's on the move. Oh, he loses the football. And now the Bengals have it. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. Bails out of the pocket quick. Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They're driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. Catch is made in close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's why you often see some mix, some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep the defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Neither side separating much so far. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports. Back at beginning of 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. And the Bengals are too much. They take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Fits it through the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Here's the snap on 4th. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Byron Jones with the INT. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Well, they had to try something there on 4th down, but that throw played right into what the defense was anticipating, Brock, and they make it hurt that much worse by taking the turnover back for 6.
Hey, I'm all for these great group celebrations, and, I'm not Captain No Fun, but one of these times I'd like to see that player run that football over to the D coordinator who predicted that play was coming and really made the right call to create that opportunity.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. From his own end zone, here we go. And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm hoping that he simply got turned around, forgot which end of the field was his, because other than that, Brock, I got no explanation.
Yeah, imagine how funny it actually would have...
Off to the races, middle of the field. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals finish off their opening drive. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals stretch the lead to 23. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Here's a return from the 7. And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm hoping that he simply got turned around, forgot which end of the field was his, because other than that, Brock, I got no explanation.
Yeah, imagine how funny it actually would have been, funny like a clown, to see his own team chase him down and tackle him, Kate. I mean, it would have been hilarious for us to watch. A little embarrassing for him, but less embarrassing than running it back to the wrong end zone for a safety.
Yeah. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. A throw left side finds Johnson. Down to the 10. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals continue piling onto this lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll take it out to the 30. They'll throw on first. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it. All right, everybody, think of how rare it is to get one safety in a game. Now imagine doing that 3 separate times, all in the same context.
Remember those Rams in 1984? When I was 8, that was the last time it's happened. Now twice in league history. Maybe not the way this defense had hoped or expected to make history, Kate, but I'm sure they'll take it.
You don't want to know how old I was in 84, but certainly something that they can tell their kids and grandkids about down the line, right?
Open that record book up, Kate, and we're here. We're a part of it. These fans are a part of it. The coaches are a part of it, but more than anything else, these players, they'll remember this day forever.
They get 22 on that one, and it'll be first down, Bengals. New set of downs for him at the 38. Winston looking to throw. Connects with Slayton. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals boat racing them to the halftime locker room. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Bengals grow their lead yet again. Now Boswell on to send this away. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space, he's past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. 2 quarters to go from London Town, and here we go in our second half. Has this at the 6. He loses it on the hit, and the fumble recovery is made. Well, I wonder, Brock, who's got a birthday over on that sideline, because they got a gift to begin this second half. Their offense getting an immediate chance to do something about this deficit.
And that gift delivered by the special teams, right? Everybody talks about the offensive, defensive adjustments, but the last voice is that special teams going, set the tone, and boy, did they ever to begin the second half.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. He's gonna throw this one. Escapes the pocket. And he's dropped for a stunningly big loss. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up. They'll throw it. He's on the move. And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it. 2 plays ago, if we had seriously mentioned a safety, partner, we'd have been laughed out of this booth, right?
Well, they say things move fast in the NFL, huh?
A couple of back-to-back sacks, lost...
Just said my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste. I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way. I know some got baptized. Guys, they can't put the drilling away. Had to part ways with the sad vibe. Bad guy, you might be a villain today. Ask God why I didn't get an answer. Why I lose my brother to... Why I lose my grandma to cancer? Why me, God, I need answers? Why a young straight out of Atlanta? Why the judge and the cops trying to jam us? Why I keep getting all of these chances? Why me, God, I need answers? Speak your mind and you might get
My keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams, and the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. He'll buy some time right. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
That's good for 28 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, they go with Watson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Winston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Come on. 60 Bison.
After the interception, here's Griffin. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Here's Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Dragon 60. 19 tight. 19 Lions.
From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. That is caught, and he goes out right around the 39. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Here's Griffin to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Following the interception, Winston. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Jameis to throw it. He'll complete this one to Watson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now Winston. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. On the handoff, Watson. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The the Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And now they'll shift things around. To throw is RG3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. And oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now it's Griffin. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
18, Rattler.
Griffin. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
60 Maverick. Trap 60. Hey, Smash. 70 range.
Here's Griffin. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive.
my show brought me to go. That brought me all my fans. Way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? I thought that you be happy I made it. I'm that cat by the bar to the good life. Moved out the hood, now you tryna pull me back, right? Get the bumpin' in the club, it's on. I'm with my eyes to chicks. If she smash, she gone. Hit the roof on fire, man. Just let it burn. If the talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate, then watch the money pile up. Or we can go upside there with a come on, they know where we be. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the makeup. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting. You can find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit, I ain't in the makeup. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting. Don't try to act like you don't know who we be.
Here in London, we see one of the world's most iconic football venues, Wembley Stadium. And since 2007, it's welcomed the NFL to stage some American football contests as well. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate, Scott, and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field. When you were a player, what are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on their first play. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They motion the tight end over. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Design bootleg here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10 now. Gets this one to Watson. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Winston. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
It's caught right side by Johnson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun snap to Nix. He's got it near the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Looking, he's in trouble, and they bring him down again. Working quickly here. Third and goal, here's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Winston now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Colts get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. Flush down now to his... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll be right back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They're looking at third and very long. Nix from the gun. Escapes out to the left. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that
celebrating so early when you know you can't score yourself.
That's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. Problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Nix now to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They hit for 16 yards on fourth down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Back to the well again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
We send a man in motion. On third down, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal. Offense up to the line fast. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to make a couple on that run. Offense in the hurry up here. Nix. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. To throw, here's Nix. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Byron Jones with the INT. And the Bengals get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there.
Like I told you. I told you already.
Gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100+ yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, here's Winston.
Yeah.
It's another first half mistake. Oh, he loses it on the return. They could get this back. And the Colts pick it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Nix with it on first. Gets this to Slayton. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 21-yard line.
From the 21. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down. Now Nix. That's caught for the first. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break.
How you figure out to try to score a touchdown, but you're still in the ballpark.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. A 27-yard look here. One of the league's elder statesmen knocks it through. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. 2 quarters to go from London town, and here we go in our second half. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling their running backs, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Madden Ultimate Team. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now McNabb. He'll drop this down to Peterson. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Adrian Peterson. He may go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Adrian Peterson, 67 yards. And the Chiefs march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play fake. Winston. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. On play action, Winston. He's got this to Pickens. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. On the ground, here's Watson. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But
touchdown from a yard out. And the Bengals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now Peterson running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now it's McNabb. Jones has it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They send the tight end Davis in motion. McNabb to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
Following the interception, Winston eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second down and 4. A run. It's Watson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
It's caught outright by Graham. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go play action. Winston. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Calvin Johnson, 27 yards. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. In motion left comes Moss. Here's McNabb. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw, McNabb. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. McNabb. Flushed out right. It's caught by Davis. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Vernon Davis. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Elam on here for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing, Winston. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paul Krause. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Elam able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They'll roll him out right. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run with Watson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Winston now. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bengals have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. In motion left comes Moss. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here's Pat McAfee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Ross on the return.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Jameis to throw it.
That's taken in by Watson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a handoff up the middle. Watson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Winston to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
What a call there on third down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead, not only is this a first down, but it's a big play to boot.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Watson. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, it's Watson. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
He's back to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.